One, two.
Welcome to the show. It's going to be a bit fast and furious. Before we started recording this, I sent out a thing on YouTube or Instagram. I prefer Instagram to Facebook, by the way.
Me too. But pipe band people tend not to.
Pipe band people tend to use the Facebook all the time.
Pipe band people, Facebook people?
Well, do you know what I was going to say about the Facebook, right? This is what I think, and I want feedback on this. The thing about Facebook is versus IG. Do we call it IG or do we call it Insta?
Yeah. The kids are calling it IG, man. That's cool.
See, I knew that. I'm down with that. I've corrected Mrs. Drumhead, and I've been like, yeah. By the way, it's IG. Everybody's calling it IG now. She's
Listen,
like,
if you really want to be down with it, you say Insta.
Yeah. Insta, right? Okay. This is what I've noticed. The difference. Insta is people that are doing things.
Yeah.
This is a commonality, right?
Okay.
So obviously, you take photographs, add a tune to it or whatever. This is me here, sitting with my pals, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Pictures 1,000 words kind of thing.
Facebook is a bit more wordy, innit? It's a bit more folk saying, oh, I got up this morning, I didn't feel too good about myself. A wee bit down.
Here's my breakfast.
Oh, and everybody rallies around, poor you, right? So it's all about the kind of, Facebook for me is a bit about the kind of expressive personality character type thing versus Instagram. Here's 30 seconds of a reel. This is what's happening now, here, now, right? Okay. And then that's what I prefer about it. So I prefer Instagram, right?
Okay. So what have you learned from Instagram today?
Well, what I've learned from Instagram today, as I says, right, boys and girls, that before we actually do that, before we go and record, does anybody want to talk about anything? Give me your shout-outs.
Yes.
Here's the shout-outs.
Yes.
First off the tracks was Cy Grant, and he was like, give a big shout-out to the boys and girls of Preston Lodge Drum Corps for winning UK championships. And I'm like, totally. We love the guys. Right?
Sounded sharp.
We love everybody, really. But, I mean, you know what? Power to these, by the way. And there's a funny story there. Obviously, you know that before Belfast happened, there was a big kind of news, bit of footage, media. There was a lot of kind of protests, disturbances.
Yes.
Right? So, there was a big band, I think Scottish Power decided to pull out because of it.
Okay.
And another band had kind of meetings about, do you think we're going to be safe?
Yeah.
Me personally, I took my wife and kids. I knew that my safety wasn't really up for grabs because I thought it was kind of isolated.
I was wondering if you were going to still go. It sounded pretty bad.
No. I think by and large, they're all getting a bad rep at the minute. The people in Northern Ireland generally are good people, right? They're no bad people. They're good people. They're just like normal people, everybody else, right?
I believe that.
So obviously people have got a couple of things that they're not happy with. And I'm not getting into that, but the bottom line is things kicked off.
Yeah.
But to be fair to them and everybody else, they're not a bunch of people that shy away from kicking off. No matter what the reason is. Right? So they've got past form of
a tale as old as time, yeah.
Right? So, hey, you know what I mean? You do your thing, I do my thing. But I thought, by and large, I didn't feel like I thought, oh no, I need to cancel this. I didn't think it would get to that stage. So I was still full steam ahead. I was going with my plans. Some bands decided, no, I think it's best, but we don't go. But Cy Grant told me a funny story over there, and because obviously he teaches the drummers, and he was like, he says, Lairdy, he says, I actually was talking to the folk in the band and the parents, and everybody obviously had a meeting. They were concerned about genuine safety, which is a fair point.
Yeah.
And they were discussing it, and one wee drummer, I think it was a wee lassie, she turned around and she says, if you think the riots are bad, if you don't let us go, they'll look like nothing. And I was like,
that is fierce.
That's one track mind there, and it's like, you better not even try and pull the plug on this.
Oh my God.
Because you'll see destruction if you do. So fair play to that person, whoever it is. They were like, no, we're gone. And thank God they did, because they won.
Oh, how's that for a champion mindset? Jeez.
Exactly. So else, who was the other person that gave me another shout out? Ricky McAllister.
Yeah.
Right?
Bit of a topic here.
A wee bit of a topic. He said you should discuss Neil Peart's replacement for Rush, right?
Yeah.
Which I think's Annika Niles. Is that how you pronounce it?
Annika Niles, I would say. But
I'm going to have to ask Mrs. Laird, who's the official German interpreter.
Aye.
But the bottom line is here's what I've got to say to Ricky McAllister. Ricky, nobody cares because it's no really rush now, right? It's no rush, right? It's two old guys, right, that were with Neil Peart that called themselves Rush. But here's the worst bit, right? Neil Peart done more than just the drumming for Rush.
Yep.
He was like kind of the guy that was into the kind of the Ayn Rand libertarian type, Tom Sawyer character, right? So his input into the band was that vibe, and I don't just mean musically. So Anakin Niles, fantastic drummer.
Awesome
no
drummer.
Criticising our drummer.
No.
No criticising.
They've really got one of the world's best drummers.
One of the world's best drummers
role.
ever.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's no Rush, right? It's no. They should have went back to Canada, Toronto, or wherever they stay, put their big fur mitts on and drink hot chocolate for the rest of their life, for how long it is. Because they're old guys now, right? And they're done.
Yeah.
So,
and
meanwhile,
I'm not the biggest Rush guy, but I think Neil Peart...
Strike that man for the clip. Strike that record.
But appreciation for drummers worldwide, right? Neil Peart is one of those guys. You can just turn off all the other like instruments on any album, and you hear it's Neil Peart, and you go, right, that's Rush. So,
do you know what it is? I think
without him, is it Rush?
Well, exactly, and everything's got its time to go. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, guys, loved your stuff, loved Fly By Night, loved all the albums, Moving Picture, loved them all, loved Rush, but you know what? Rest, just
we've still got that. We've still got those.
Go to the old folks' home, sit and drink hot chocolate, and talk amongst yourselves at your retirement place. Rest up. That's what I genuinely believe, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a Rush fan, obviously you might have a different set of a kind of different idea of what I've got, but I just think it's done. We moved on now. We're new. Well, they were great, but there's somebody great new.
Yeah.
There's other bands that we're into. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Cheers, Ricky. Let us know what you really think, eh?
Thanks, Ricardo. Get back to his own that. Get back to his a good question. Who else was shouting at me for a
I was going to shout out someone, just very special someone, because we haven't been on for a few weeks, so fair while between drinks between us, but that's because my mum had a birthday while you were over in Belfast. She's reached the old 70, so congratulations.
Listen, free score year and 10 every year now again.
Yeah,
this is when you're in. This is you gaining, right? This is you getting the extras.
Yeah,
so
she's living it.
Happy birthday. I hope she watches the show. I know
she does. She was actually telling me when I saw her, she was like, "How come you guys haven't put out an episode?" And I'm like, "That's because I'm here."
Exactly. She knows me. She knows. Right. So moving on. Thanks very much for Shaw Snare for giving me the wee sticker that put on my drum pad. So I bumped into a few people, obviously, at that major, and we'll talk about that because
big things happened
about the major. Edinburgh versus Belfast. Right?
Go on.
Right. It's not in Edinburgh, right? It's at Edinburgh Airport, right? How many airports can you name in the world, right?
Yeah.
That are in the city centre, right? There's very few.
They're not supposed to be, no.
I think you've got London City, which is pretty much close to centre of London, right? And there'll be others.
Hong Kong used to have that one right in the
middle. Hong Kong used to have the old one, that's right.
Yeah.
That was close, right? So, but here's my point. Edinburgh Airport is close, right? But there's nothing really round about it. So the plus side is, if you're a coach, going along the motorway, boom, in you go, rat-tat-tat, into the park, right? But let me tell you something. It's literally like a green version of an airport. So it's huge. It's massive, right?
Yeah.
So the plus side to them is that we get these kind of, because it's for the Royal Highland Show where folks show their beasts. You know what I mean?
Nice,
you come
nice,
with all the coos and sheep and all that. Right, so that's one of its major events. However, for a pipe band event, I think it's far too big, soulless, and there's no escape. Once you're in, there's nowhere else you're going. So you're at the, you know what I mean? So we all know that once you go to these things, any organised thing, hot dog, £27.46. What? You know what I mean? A cup of tea, £10. What? You know what I mean? Just unrealistic prices for the normal people that go. So, and we're only there because we're there to follow bands or we're in bands. So, in fact, I would actually argue that the vast majority of majors, vast majority of people that are at the major are in some way associated with the band.
Aye, as with every pipe band
So they
event,
might not,
really.
so they might not be in the band, but they'd be associated, travel with the band or band supporters or friends and family type thing. You do get the kind of occasional passing trade, more so in the worlds, I would imagine. But by and large, these majors are kind of, in a weird sort of way, in-house.
Yeah.
So the only people that are kind of getting punished with the expensive prices, etc., are the people that are kind of playing the event.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, right?
And it's almost like if you're not in the sort of esoteric circle, you're coming and being punished for those prices.
Well, exactly, right? And then the worst thing is the good news is if you can break free of the said confine of the park and go to like kind of, I don't know, nearby Tesco or nearby Asda or nearby, there are other supermarkets available by the way, in case Waitrose want to sponsor us. But I said Waitrose, you know, I went for the top dog there, didn't I? I didn't go for the scruff
I like that.
Sainsbury's or something. I went for Waitrose.
Or I thought you were going to stay loyal with Lidl, but no, you went Waitrose.
By the way, I do love the Lidl, right? So you get the picture. You can get other supermarkets, right?
Yep.
But my point is, you need somewhere, I think, to break clean or break away. And then obviously getting to the event and getting from the event, if you're not in one of the pipe band buses and you're just a humble visitor like myself. So me and my Oppo that went to the park that day, we jumped in a taxi from Collington to the airport. And the guy reminded us, he said, oh, you shouldn't have said the airport. You should have said the actual Royal Showground because I'd attained a fiver off the price.
Oh.
And I'm like, too late the hero in it. Too late the hero with that one. So the long and short it is I don't think it's that great a venue, personally speaking. There's advantages to it, but
what about the aircraft noise? Does that like drown out the competition judging?
To be honest, I didn't really hear any sort of mad interference from aircraft, really. It wasn't that audible. But long and short is versus Belfast. Now, here's where I'm going with this. It was at Grove Park, right, which is still in the town kind of thing, but it's kind of north of the city centre. Maybe slightly with walking distance, I would say, from the city centre. But you could technically walk it, but yeah, not really. Anyway, the point is that had a couple of break clean points where you could get away.
Yeah.
If you wanted a cheaper pint, you could get a cheaper pint. There was a wee kind of shop nearby if you wanted kind of sundries.
Bit of freedom.
So I gave that a better kind of pointage. And also, the Grade 2 arena was relatively close to the Grade 1 arena. So you could pick, all right, I want to see this band, but I'm going to quickly go over there and watch that band go on. So I think for a spectator point of view, you need the arenas close enough that it's not too great a walk to go to another arena.
Yeah. And was the size of the venue like kind of, it makes it look busier rather than an airfield, which is going to be like,
well, exactly.
A few tents is just going to look stretched.
I know that some people don't want to bump into folk at contests, right? They might be like, oh, that guy, 20 quid, by the way. I hope I don't see him here today. But, right, the flip side of that is you miss a lot of people as well that you do want to see. Yeah. So, and on the subject of do want to see people, when I was at the UK Championships, there was people talking to me, right, or coming up to me, or trying to engage with me. Now, believe this or believe this not, I'm a bit weird that way, right? So, I don't mind talking to anyone. And I need to thank you to wee Matthew Brownlee, because he showed me around. I met up with him and we spent like about an hour looking at other bands, watching other bands warming up.
Nice.
And we were sharing kind of, well, he was actually telling me what I should be listening to. And I was like, oh, that's true enough. Right? but what I mean is so I met him, we kind of chat, we kind of spin about the park, talking rubbish, talking about different calls, what we liked, what we didn't like, or who we thought was hot and who was not.
Yeah.
So I need to thank him for that. But my end state is this. I thought that was the better contest. No, the Holy Grail type one of my favourites was at Stormont in Belfast. That was a superb park. It was like a billiard table playing on. It was lovely.
Oh.
But it all comes down to councils, areas, payment, how much you're going to get charged. I get
That's
all
it.
that.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
only saying this for a kind of non-combatant observer. What
Yes.
I preferred. You know what I mean?
The punter's opinion matters.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
But here's an interesting thing about the punter's opinion matter. So when we were talking about pipe bands, congratulations to Annan that won UK as well, right? So congratulations.
Sure, Snare, who.
Well, let's just off the top of my head. However, here's the thing I was going to say. This is not a reflection of them. They got their tenor drummers to play on the tenor drum during the set. So they've got this slow air. I think it's Pembroke actually, as their slow air on the set. Yeah. And the tenor drummers out from the socks, play the tenor drum with sticks as opposed to the glow in the dark.
Bit of innovation.
Stuff, right? So I liked it. But it brings me to another point. Other people talking about Kerr McQuillan and Boghill and Bathgate, how they don't like in their set. They think it's too much. When they turn their drumsticks round and they play with the other side of the sticks during their set and their slow air and all that, I like it. But here's my point I'm going to share with everybody, right? I've described it as different flavour of chocolate. But I was surfing the internet and I've actually found a more precise way of explaining this. A guy that I've got a lot of time for is Rick Rubin. Do you know who that is?
Of course. Legendary producer, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tyler Childers, there's some recent names. Yeah.
I mean, that's the recent names. I mean, you could go back, right? So this is the modern Phil Spector type guy. He brought the Cult onto the mainstream with their album Electric. He done amazing stuff. He was a guy that revived Johnny Cash when all the companies would not
with Hurt
play stuff. He was a guy that took Johnny Cash and went, do you know what? This guy's too good to not have an album. And he done all the stuff with Heart. He done the best song as well.
Yeah.
So my point is this. That cat knows a lot about sound. And he said, I do an album. He says, when I do an album, I don't do it for anyone else except me. Right? Yeah. I only produce that album for me.
Yeah.
It's for me to really like. And see if I really like it, then I think it's art.
Yep.
Right? He says, but see if I could do albums that I was doing for other people to like, he said that would be commerce.
It would kill it.
It'd be commerce. It would be writing to demand. It would be creating something to sell. It wouldn't be art. So my point is, Kerr McQuillan and other people that want to try something out of the box, and then maybe somebody go like that, well, I'm not really keen on that. You go, well, I don't really care. That's my art.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've drawn this wee picture. I liked it. It's gone up my wall. Somebody comes in and goes, I think that's rubbish. You go, well, that's fine. You can think that's rubbish. But I like it.
Yep. And it's always like some of the greatest ideas come out from, you got to be crazy to do that.
Listen, I told Mrs. Laird this. I was like, the bottom line's this. Do you know what makes something cool? She's like, what? I says, you deciding it's cool.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody else. You decide it's cool.
An old friend of mine that kind of described this as if something is cringe and you got to climb Cringe Mountain, and you get up to the top of Cringe Mountain, and once you come over that curve, you're now a cool mountain.
100%. Listen, do you know how much pelters I've been taking with these glasses? Somebody said, listen, so I know what you're going to think, right?
It's not.
Somebody said to
cool.
me, wait a minute. Somebody said to me, I think they're cool. Somebody said to me, have you just picked up your wife's glasses by mistake? And I went, I'm going to stop you there, friend. I says, if I'm going to wear glasses, right, I'm wearing glasses. You know, I'm not going to hide the fact I'm wearing
them. I don't even think they're like your wife's glasses. I think you just found them at like a bus stop or something.
Let me in for that. Can you see me now?
The magnification they get on your eyes is just...
I love them, baby. A lot of people hate them, but I love them. Right. So...
imagine that's your drum sergeant and he looks up at you when you play wrong note and he's like...
the big goofy eyes, you know. Quality. Anyway, moving on swiftly. So you can tell that we're pushing for the football to kick off.
Aye,
Wait a
aye,
minute,
aye.
right? So, talking about the football kicking off,
It is World Cup time,
it is the World Cup.
and we've
I've
got
got a
pipe band
question for you.
competitions happening at the same time.
Right? I've got a question for you, right?
Go on.
If we had to equate pipe bands with World Cup playing football teams,
Love
right?
this.
Ish.
Love this.
Is there any bands that you can think of that you would be like, I think they are that team?
All right. So, yeah, obviously, listeners, you have your own say, but I'm just going
Of
to throw one
course.
out there. I'm just going to throw one out there straight off the
Smash it
bat.
in.
All right.
Yeah.
Field Marshal Montgomery would be
As.
Germany.
See, I like that. I can see that being
It just comes
a
straight
thing.
away. I can't justify it. I can't justify it. I throw you out another one just for reason's sake, right?
Right, go.
I think St. Lawrence O'Toole
Right.
would be
Okay,
like
here we go.
Brazil.
Ooh.
Like, the old school kind of like champion classic. But I just want to forget about that thing that happened with Germany.
I wonder what Stevie Crichton would say about this. Look, here's the other thing, right? Inveraray being a kind of new-ish. They're not that new now, right? But
Sure. Yeah.
kind of, right?
Yeah.
What would you think of them as a kind of new, not a new champion, but like a new-ish champion, like a kind of a Francie kind of thing, or a
Yeah.
Spain maybe?
Because they just look unbeatable at the moment, right? You know what I mean?
And
And
what
they
about,
have been for the last couple of seasons. So
and
I
we've got
think
other
France is a
bands,
good shout.
Bog Hall.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, by the way, can I just say something about Bog
We
Hall?
can't say England, right?
No, listen, no, you could. By the way, you could, but listen, hey, I'm a live and let live guy.
The thing is, Bogle have actually won championships.
Listen, that's right. So, do you know what I mean? That's out the equation. Another thing I was going to say is they played a blinder. It was the MSR for the Grade 1 at the UK Championship.
Yep.
And I thought they played an absolutely solid performance.
That was unreal.
Really solid.
It was one of those where you listen to it and you go, how can you achieve that?
It was lovely, by the way. Absolutely lovely. I liked it. Right, anyway. So, get in touch with us with your pipe band World Cup equivalencies.
Yeah.
Who would the Scots veterans be?
Cabo Verde.
We meant to be in the World Cup.
Maybe Socceroos. What do you reckon?
We'd maybe be somebody like, I don't know, I'm trying to think, North Korea.
Yeah.
People would know who you are, but they would know that you weren't that good.
And it's the same kind of like management style.
Like 100%. Listen, that's definitely on the cards. Join the band, just like living in North Korea, right? 2 rotten adverts to actually advertise the fact that I want more people to come to the band. It's like negative advertisement.
Look,
right, moving on.
Might be nice.
We noticed on Rhythm Monster and all that.
Yes.
Chicago.
Something going on in Chicago.
Yeah, well, because Inveraray wasn't at the they weren't at UK Championships. They were doing the gig. They were doing the gig in Chicago, and there was contests going on there. And I was quite impressed with the American bands.
Sounding really good. These guys. There was like an Ulster band.
Ulster Scots were there. They were obviously they were over as opposed to from there.
And I think
I really liked them.
It must be an American band just by the name, but Great Lakes. I think it was a grade 2 band. Sounded real good.
Yep. I think the thing that we need to remember is that it's dead easy in Scotland to be quite parochial and thinking, or Scotland, Ireland, right? Okay.
Yeah.
In this kind of hemisphere, you forget that how talented that it is globally.
Yeah.
And there's bands and drummers, etc.
Good little reminder there. Yeah.
A global footprint.
But I will say something. We were talking about venues before, and they've had this thing happen in Chicago. And it's at the same time kind of as the World Cup. Scotland's there, Tartan Army's over in the USA. Would it not have been better?
I was going to say, wait, right. That's like you saying, oh, I'm in Sydney. Oh, just pop by and see us down in Perth.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. They could have done something in the way of hosting that over in Boston, perhaps. and you could have had a whole
I see where you're
party
going.
over
So
there.
I think it's a traditional contest, by the way. So I think that's like on the cards every year.
Ah, right.
See what
Yeah.
I mean? I think that's a thing.
Ah,
So the answer to your question is that's not going to happen. Right. Talking about championships. Here's an interesting one.
yeah.
Blast for the past. Remember, I wanted to visit the Indante factory.
Okay.
Well, that might be happening because I met Nigel. I'm going to call him Nigel Indante. I don't know his second name. But there was a guy that I know that operates a drumming shop or a pipe band supply shop.
Yeah.
It's called Beat Street, right? It's a guy called Adrian Hoy. If he's watching the show, I tell him I'd give him a shout out. So because I know him, he knows a lot of people in the business type thing. And he's like, oh, that guy there, that's the main man for Indante. You need to speak to him. So I had a quick chat with him. I've sent him an email. I'm still waiting for the email back, but I'm positive. Fingers and toes, fingers and toes. So hopefully we will get resolution and I will get to visit the factory.
Oh, that would be
Anyway,
cool. It's like
well,
visiting
I
the
think
Guinness factory,
that
isn't
would be all right, wouldn't it?
it?
I'm not wanting to big it up too much because it might be it might be like just like a shed or something. You go, that's just great, mate. Aye.
Oh, I didn't know you ran it from your house. Like.
Shanga, put on that cup of tea in. I don't know. You don't know what to expect. Anyway,
That's right.
open-minded. Listen, we're closing in for time here. So, looking forward to, right? Looking forward to the Euros at Perth in approximately, is it 2 weeks? 2 weeks time?
27th of June.
27th.
So
27th.
yeah, 1 week.
So I'm looking forward to that because Inveraray will be back. And if MD's noticed the difference, there's been the difference in the prize list in the past two majors has been quite different. Been quite a different kind of role. Certain bands have been up and down. So it'll be interesting to see when Inveraray comes back what the outcome's going to be at Perth. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. And if they're coming back from the US, and if Scotland win, there'll be sore heads for a week there. So time for the other competitors to come in then. Sweep them up.
No, I actually think that they should come back, possibly with a really good,
refreshed sort of vibe.
Well, no, because it can work both ways. But
True.
being together away with the concentration of the band, is probably better than going to the Tuesday night practice. So people should have gelled better and stronger. Not that they're not, but what I mean is I think that'll be quite a good. I'll be interested to see how it turns out when
it'll be a bit of buzz about them.
Yeah. So I think that's basically it. I mean, I've got about 10 minutes or something.
I think they're about to start singing.
I think we've done the rapid show. What I was going to say is if you see me at the contest, come up and have a word with me. I don't mean come up and have a word with me, right? I mean, come up and have a chat with me. Right? I want a word with you. What? So, because I kind of spoke to people over the major in Belfast. And here's the thing, right? I know that some people will maybe want to speak to me, but didn't really know whether to approach me. And I didn't know whether to approach people to speak to them because I don't want to come across as a guy that thinks he should just go up and walk up and speak to people because I'm not that guy. So
he's not going to pull the camera out on you if that's what you're afraid of.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to put you on the spot and all that, but it'd be good if people want to speak to me and share anything they want to share with me. I'd be much obliged. I think the guys from Bucking, by the way, they get. I don't know if you've seen that on Instagram. They get the three blue t-shirts.
Oh right? Yes, that's right. And
I've said that. I've said that before. If you come up and talk to me, you might get a t-shirt. You're not getting a sweatshirt though.
But don't ask for the t-shirt directly. That's a bad move.
Yeah, you can't do that. He's a well, you can. A shout out to Cammy Sinclair. Wait till you hear this for that. Wait till you hear this for a story. So I'm there, and certain people have had t-shirts. Murray Kane asked for a t-shirt, but he's paying for it, and I sent it up the post. He's got it. She's thanks very much. And then other people have bought the t-shirt. Now, see the black and gold t-shirt, right? The chances of you getting that for free is like 0.
Yeah, that's the
only guy that gets that for free is me, Matthew, because he's an ambassador. That's it, right? So somebody was at the contest, and it was big Cammy Sinclair, a guy who plays tenors on with Fife Bowlers. He's like, "Where's my free T-shirt?" And I just went, "Hold on a minute." I went, "You're a carpenter, right? He does all this woodwork and all that." Yeah. It's like, says, "I would love a brand new flare in my living room. So the chances, if you come down and do a brand new flare in my living room, I'll give you a free T-shirt." But that's not how it's meant to work. I buy the materials and spend cost on merch to sell, not to give away. Except for the blue ones. You can get a blue one.
Yeah, blue ones. Hey, I do want to say something a little more World Cup related, but in the past we've had feedback on your accent. People saying like,
"All right,
oh, I can't understand this guy. Like he's so Scottish or whatever, right?" And we were saying, open your ears. Well, there's a commentator, full on jock fella, for the whole World Cup, and I'm thinking half the world's not going to understand this guy.
Well, the interesting thing is, one of them's Ali McCoist, right?
Yes.
And somebody spoke to me in Belfast.
Your doppelganger, isn't it?
One of the band. One. I think it was Denny. I think she plays. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anyway, Dyser it might have been. I can't remember. So she came. I just was speaking to the lassie Shaw, and she came up and she was speaking to me, and she goes, "Oh, you remind me of that said guy, and you sound like him." I said, "Well, we were born in the same place, and we come from the same area, right?
We both love AC/DC.
It's not really a kind of a weird one, right?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, right. So here's my point. He gets away with, as you said, football games, the BBC, and his own Insta. And I don't see anyone going, oh, I just can't understand what you're saying, Alistair."
Open your ears.
I think they just listen. Do you know what? If it gives you something to hate, happy days.
Okay, so at time of recording, we are officially closing this episode right now. Cheers for tuning in.
Can I just say one thing?
Because we're about to go and watch the game.
3 minutes. Listen. Go and listen to that JJ Bill song that's on YouTube. The unofficial World Cup song for Scotland. And I need to think about this. See if we didn't have an official World Cup song, because there's that many. I just think we should do something for Pantera and then just put World Cup lyrics at the top of it.
Yeah, sure. It'd be a good chant, yeah.
There'll be some great chords. Exactly. Walk. I mean, come on. That would get the crowd really going. Anyway.
McTominay. Let's go.
I've got to go. See you next one, Drumheads.
Cheers, Drumheads.